Hello, hello. Are we live? Did we do it? All right. If you are here, if you can see me and hear me, go ahead and pop into the chat. I would love to hear from you this morning. I'm just going to go ahead and grab the link and post it everywhere so that everyone who wants to join in can come say hi. Morning, Marissa. Hey, Rija. Hi, Alina. Thank you for telling me that you can see me and hear me. That's really helpful. I'm a little paranoid about it ever since I accidentally thought I was live and was just talking to myself for like 5 minutes. All right, again, just posting the link everywhere so that everyone who wants to can come in. While we're in here this morning, the thing that I want us to chat about to get started is something that you are grateful for. Something that has been making you happy or making you feel good while we've been staying at home. On here. Hey, Miss Garcia. Hey, Jacqueline. So to get us started this morning, again, tell us, what are you grateful for? What are you thankful for this morning? What's going good? What can we appreciate? Mine for this morning is that because we've been spending so much extra time at home, I am able to, hey Gunica, I'm able to work in my office, and there's like a tree right outside, and every morning now I can hear the birds singing as I get ready for the day and get started, and that's just so nice to be able to hear that every day. I'm curious what you all have been thankful for. What's been going good for you? Oh, Miss Garcia Franklin, that's sweet. Hey, Gian. Oh, Marissa, you're thankful for your dogs too. That's sweet. I think for a lot of us, that's one of the things that we get to be super grateful for during this time, is getting to spend more time with the people that we love and the animals that we love that we might not always have time for, or that we don't always make time for. Yeah, Gunica, also having time to do the things that we like to do, right? It's so fun to have these extra moments to do the stuff that we want to do, the stuff that we like to do. Okay. So thank you all for sharing those things. Feel free to keep popping them in the chat. I think, morning, Jesse. I think it's so helpful when we can hear about what's going well, the things that we're grateful for. Just hearing all of your guys' responses makes me feel grateful for those things too. Yeah, Gianna, more time with your siblings and your parents. I saw the TikTok or video that you made that you posted on Twitter. That was awesome. Yeah, Jacqueline, more time with family. Oh, Rija, grateful for your voice to be able to communicate. That's awesome. Yeah. That is one of the things that for me has been tested during all this distance learning. I'm spending a lot more time on phones and video chats and having that voice has been really helpful. All right. So today, we're going to be starting with our poem. And this one is very recent. I know I often like to share modern poetry, contemporary poets that are still alive and writing. But this is one that was written very recently. Oh, Alicia, grateful for your family and time to write a short story. That's awesome. So this poem is written very recently about the global pandemic, actually. So it was written by an Italian poet. And it's sort of about this experience of dealing with global pandemic. So the poem is called March the 9th, 2020. So I'll go ahead and add that to the chat. So it's March 9th, 2020. And it is by Mariangela Gualtieri. And the version that we're going to be reading, of course, this was originally written in Italian. We're going to be reading the translation, which is by Lucy Rand and Clarissa Botsford. All right, so again, March the 9th, 2020. I'm telling you this, we need to stop. We knew, we all felt it, that it was too furious, our frenzy, being inside of things, outside of ourselves. Squeeze every hour, make it yield. We needed to stop and we couldn't. We needed to do it together, slow down the race, but we couldn't. There was no human force that could hold us back. And since this was for all of us a tacit wish, like an unconscious will, perhaps our species has obeyed, loosened the bonds that protect our seed, opened the innermost cracks, and let it in. Perhaps this is why there was a leap in the species, from the bat to us. Something in us wanted to be opened. Perhaps I don't know. Now we are at home. It is extraordinary what is happening. And there is gold, I believe, in this strange time. Perhaps there are gifts, nuggets of gold for us, if we help one another. There is a very strong call of the species now, and as a species, we must each see ourselves. A common fate holds us here. We knew it, but not well enough. Either all of us or no one. The earth is powerful, truly alive. I feel it thinking a thought that we do not know. And with what's happening now, let us consider whether the earth is not what's moving, whether the law that rules the entire universe, whether what's happening, I wonder, isn't the full expression of that law that governs us too, just like every star, every particle of the cosmos. Whether the dark matter was this being bound together in an ardor of life with the sweep of death that comes to rebalance every species. Keep it within its dimensions, in its place, going in the right direction. It is not us who made heaven. An imposing voice without words tells us to stay home now, like children who are in trouble and don't know why, and won't get kisses, won't be hugged. Each with a suspension that takes us back, perhaps to the slowness of ancient ancestors, of mothers. Look more at the sky, daub a dead man ochre, bake bread for the first time, look intently at a face, sing a child softly to sleep. For the first time, hold someone else's hand tight, feel the strength of the agreement, that we are together, a single organism. The whole species we carry within us. We are saving it inside us. To that grasp of a palm in another person's palm, to that simple act that we are now forbidden, we will return with expanded awareness. We'll be here more attentive, I think. Our hand will be more delicate in the doing of life, now that we know how sad it is to stand 1 meter apart. So, um, as we've been talking about the things that we're grateful for today, so much of it is more time with our families, more time with our pets, more time to do the things that we love. And I think that poem reflects that. That hopefully we will be so much more aware and so much more connected um, moving forward from this after having to stand 1 meter or 6 feet apart. So yeah, Sadia, seeing that you're grateful for your family too, and getting to do the things that you want, like writing more. Morning, Fatima. And so I just thought that poem was lovely, especially knowing that it was written by an Italian who, in Italy, the virus hit really strongly there before it hit strongly here. And so I think that's a great message, a great looking forward. Good morning, Danielle. All right. So then today we are going to move on to our book talk for the day. I'm going to share with you one of my all-time favorite books. This one is called Mouse by Art Spiegelman. Again, I'm just going to add that into the chat. So Mouse by Art Spiegelman. It looks like this. A Mouse is a really interesting book. This is the first book that helped me understand the power of graphic novels. So I read this for the first time in college. And Mouse, it says the complete Mouse, is because it's actually Mouse 1 and 2. So let me try to show you some of this. Mouse 1 and Mouse 2. That is then often compiled as the complete Mouse. And so it's written from the perspective, it's semi-autobiographical. Oh, thank you, Danielle. That's really sweet. I'm grateful for you all as students too, that you've been so willing to jump in and be so present with us. So Mouse is semi-autobiographical from the perspective of Art Spiegelman and his father's experiences as being a part of the Holocaust, being somebody who was in a concentration camp, but also Art's experience of having a father who was a Holocaust survivor. Oh, Jessie, that's sweet. Thank you. So I'm going to read sort of the first page or two. This one's going to be hard to really get across because it is a graphic novel, but I'll read some and then I'll show the pictures and back. Yeah, Bridget, it's a pretty famous graphic novel. It's really good. So the book starts with this sort of preface, Rego Park, New York, about 1958. It was summer, I remember. I was 10 or 11. I was roller skating with Howie and Steve. Last one to the schoolyard is a rotten egg. Till my skate came loose. Ow! Hey, wait up, Bellas. Rotten egg. Ha ha. Oh, wait up. My father was in front, fixing something. Artie, come to hold this a minute while I saw. Why do you cry, Artie? Hold better on the wood. I fell and my friend skated away without me. He stopped sawing. Friends? Your friends? If you locked them together in a room with no food for a week, then you could see what it is, friends. So here are the pictures that go along with it. Oh, Pari, you've read this one? It is really good, right? And so the title, M-A-U-S, right? It sounds like mouse, like the animal. And you'll notice that all of the characters are depicted as mice. And so the premise of the story, talking about the father's experience being a Holocaust survivor, it sort of is in two timelines. It goes into the father's history, and it goes through the son's experience. being the child of a Holocaust survivor. So all of the Jewish characters are portrayed as mice. The German characters are portrayed as cats, and that's really interesting. But then the young man's wife, who is French, is portrayed as a rabbit. So all of the characters have these animal traits. And you can sort of see, like, this is a good page to sort of depict the artwork. So we see all the mice on the train, and they're looking at these flags. And if we get onto this side, we can tell that these are the German characters because they're the cats. And we see the depictions. It is different compared to other autobiographies. I really like this one just for its perspective of not a lot of Holocaust stories that we read are about the experience in the Holocaust or in a concentration camp. And we have some of that in this book. But we also have the experience of the aftermath, the lifelong aftermath of how that experience affects people and how it affects the people that they love. So if you like autobiographies, if you like graphic novels, this is a great book. This is also a really great book to sort of decide if you like graphic novels. I don't think I would have said I loved graphic novels before I read this book. And it really opened my eyes to what a graphic novel could be, and has set me on a path to reading more graphic novels and really finding out how much I love them, how complicated they can be, because it's not just the words. The images also give you so much to think about and understand. So yeah, it's a really good one. If you get a chance to read it, go ahead. I'm not sure that it'll really come through if you're trying to do it as an audiobook. Maybe as an ebook. I know that at one point one of my students found it as an ebook, like a free PDF online, and enjoyed reading it that way. So yeah, I'm going to hang out for just a second before I leave you for any questions. If you have questions for me, if you want to chat, let me know what we got going on. Rich, I was just thinking about it. It's possible that you've seen it in my classroom, seeing that the picture looks familiar. I think Mr. Feinstein was also reading it, and he's also one that puts the pictures of the books up on his door. So it's possible that you saw it there if you have Mr. Feinstein or if you pass by his classroom often. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully you can see the links to, or the names of the poem and the book that we read today. And other than that, I'm going to head out to our first period Google Meet so that I can see and talk to you more. Oh, yeah. Part you're talking about reading Mouse while also reading Night by Elie Wiesel. They're very different, but they both kind of feature that father-son dynamic and are both Holocaust stories. So I could actually see those being really interesting to read together back to back. Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to head out, head to first period Google Meet so that I can chat and talk to y'all. It was great seeing you all again today. I hope to see you all tomorrow. But for now, always remember who you are, what you represent, and to show your Mustang pride. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.